Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about my favourite pale skin friendly bronzers. This is a topic very close to my heart because I am the fairest of fair. I use the lightest shade in every foundation, every concealer, and there's a fine line with bronzer between being sun-kissed and being bright orange, so let me give you my recommendations. So for cream bronzers I have a few, all with a different variety of price tag. We have drugstore and we have high-end. The most affordable cream bronzer that I've found that works for my skin tone is a Maybelline Lifter Sticks in the shade 45. So this retails for $9.99, which is obviously a lot more affordable than some high-end bronzers, and this is a perfect balance of cool and warm. This I use to shape my face as well as bronze, and it blends out like a dream. I've used nearly this full stick and I already have a backup of it. If you're looking for a super creamy, super blendable drugstore cream bronzer, then I definitely recommend the Lifter Sticks. More in the mid-range is the About Face Beach Freak bronzer. I have the shade Tan Lines, which I believe is the lightest shade. This retails for £21. You can get About Face on Space NK. I know previously it's been quite difficult to get hold of, but they are fully stocked on Space NK now. That is what Tan Lines looks like. It's a little bit lighter than the Maybelline one. This one from About Face is so creamy. It's very balmy and glossy, so it is definitely one that you need to set with a powder. If you have dry skin, you might really like this. You can really work with it, blend it out, sheer it out. It's just a super glossy, balmy formula. It makes you look very radiant and glowy. Then we have the Merit Sheer Bronze Stick. So this is obviously sheer. It's a lot more natural. It's not going to give you full pigmentation, but it does give you a nice warmth to the skin. I have this in the shade Kinsey, I think it's called. Kinsey, I'm not sure, but this is what this one looks like. It's that perfect light bronze shade. It's warm enough to be a bronzer, but it doesn't make you look orange. And again, like the About Face one, it's quite a balmy consistency, very natural. So you can play around with these ones. These ones are a bit more forgiving, more blendable, a bit more sheer, whereas the Maybelline one is quite pigmented, and once it's blended out, it's staying. Another cream bronzer that I love, this isn't in a stick, but this is the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer in the shade Light Medium. And this actually is light medium. There is a lighter shade, the shade Light, but I found because this is quite a sheer product that light medium works best for me. So again, another super balmy, creamy formula. It's quite sheer. You can really work with it, build it up or sheer it out as much as you like. So that is just one little swatch and you can kind of see my skin underneath it. So if you wanted more coverage, you can definitely build it up, but it is such a nice shade and it's just, these are perfect for like no makeup look, especially applying this with the F4 brush from Makeup by Mario. This is a perfect little combination and I only recently discovered it, but it's slowly making its way into my favorite makeup products. This is a little bit more spenny. It does retail for £35, but I definitely think it's worth the investment. I wanted to mention a couple of more affordable products because you get 2-in-1 with these. These are the Jordana Tisha bronzer duos. So they come with a cream and they come with a powder. You get 2 products for £19, which I personally think is really good for makeup prices these days, and they have actually 2 shades that work for fair skin. Most places don't even have 1 shade, so the fact that Jordana Tisha has brought out 2 shades that work for us is incredible. So this is the shade Gilded Sands and this is the shade Desert Dusk. As you can see, I've been using Desert Dusk a bit more. I do like Gilded Sands as well, but I just lean more towards this one. We have the matching powders underneath, so Desert Dusk and Gilded Sands. Gilded Sands is a little bit warmer than Desert Dusk. I think that's why I reach for Desert Dusk more. Like if you are looking for a super warm bronzer, this one is really good to try if you have fair skin. So that is Desert Dusk cream, Gilded Sands cream, Desert Dusk powder and Gilded Sands powder. That was a mouthful. So these two go together and these two go together. I don't know why I did that swatch like that, but those you can kind of see. Gilded Sands is a little bit warmer than both the cream and the powder. Now moving on to just powder bronzer, I have 3 faves that I've been loving at the moment. The first one being the new powder bronzer from Say. This is a Super Suede Radiant Baked Bronzer in the shade Palermo, and this is for fair to light skin tones. And it is so perfect. I really love in a powder bronzer a baked formula because it's just so radiant, so glowy. I can do my sculpting and my warmth with my cream bronzers, and then I can add a little bit of glow and a little bit of life back with the powder bronzer. These ones from Say retail for £28. It's just so perfect. It's just a super nice, light, fair bronzer, but it gives so much life and radiance to the face. I absolutely love that one. Next powder bronzer that I would recommend for fair skin is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Smooth Blur Bronzer. This is in the shade Sunkissed Dreams, and this definitely blurs your skin like the name suggests. This is a super soft, super blurring powder. and those actually look quite similar, to be honest. Maybe this one is a little bit lighter. These are just so easy to work with. They're really forgiving. If you go in with a heavy hand, it's not going to ruin your entire base. The only downside is this does retail for £37, which I feel like is very expensive for a bronzer, but in my opinion, definitely worth it. And my last powder bronzer recommendation is the new Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil powder bronzer. This is a matte blurring bronzer, and I used to love this when I was a teenager, when they first released the Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer. I remember it vividly because I just couldn't believe they brought out a bronzer light enough for my skin tone, because at that time when I was first discovering makeup, you just couldn't get anything. Foundations, concealers, bronzers, you just couldn't get anything that matched. That is the Milk Chocolate Soleil. You can see these are all very similar shade bronzers. This one still smells like chocolate. It is so nostalgic for me. Too Faced one retails for £32, which is probably about standard price of most of these products. So those are my fair skin bronzer recommendations. I love doing these kind of videos, and I definitely do them more over on the other app. If you have any requests of any product categories, foundation, concealer, blush, literally anything, if you want fair skin product recommendations, then please leave it in the comments below, because I will definitely do that. I wish I had these videos when I was getting into makeup, because it's been a lot of trial and error, mostly error, to get things that actually work for my skin tone. So if I can save you guys a bit of money and save you the disappointment of products that don't work, then I will definitely do that. And let me know if you think there's any products that I've missed and any bronzers that I need to try out, because I would love to hear your guys' recommendations as well. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!